everyone, welcome back to my channel. Lovely for you to spend some time again with me today. I know it is really hot, so I don't know about you, but I haven't felt very motivated to do much, but I do want to get this little video done for you so that you might have something to keep you busy. So thank you so much for joining me. If you're new to my channel, a very warm welcome, and if you are one of my regulars, hello everyone, love you to bits. You're all amazing, and thank you for spending some time again with me today. Right, so today I've put together this little project, which is a little pocket using one sheet of paper. So I'm going to show you how I did this today. Now, what I've got is, we've got these little pockets. So if I take everything out, you can see what it looks like, and it fits perfectly onto a sheet of paper in your journal. Make a lovely little addition. So I'll show you how I do that. And then this is just a little glassine bag that I've made. I'll show you how I did that. Laid it up and got a few goodies from my stash and made a little laid up heart. And that goes into the little glassine bag like that, and that tucks nicely into these two pockets in the front there. And then I've made a little heart, like a specimen card type thing, with some of the same paper. It's reversible, so I thought I'd go with a little heart frame because we're looking at a really girly thing here today. Sorry about that. And then I've just made a bit of tag, a little tag that I've backed onto some recycled packaging with little bits and pieces, some fussy cats, some butterflies, and some very pretty Liberty of London fabric, one of my favorites. So I've put that in there, and that just tucks into the back of our little pocket stack here. All right, so that's what we're going to do today. So hopefully it won't take us too long, and you enjoy following along with me. So let's have a look at what we're going to need. I'll just put that to the side there. The first thing I'm going to use is this sheet of paper, and this comes from the floral wallpaper that Amity Bloom does, one of her kits. And I think I'll try and find the link and put that in the description box below. But I just love this. This is so pretty. And I printed it on the other side with another sheet from one of her kits as well, also wallpaper. This is a collaged page. So I thought that this would give me lots of nice bright colors, as you saw there, to give us what we're looking for in our pockets. So what I'm going to do is, just because this is an American design, she does letter size, and obviously I print on an A4, so just going to take those off quickly, very quickly, like that. And then what I'm going to do is, I want us to work with a square first of all. So I'm going to, the way I did it was, I just took the corner here. This to me is the easiest way. Get the very, very point there without bending your paper or folding it. And where that meets here, that will make your square. And if you do that on the other side as well, just make some marks there like that. Doesn't matter if it's going to bend, we're going to cut it. Just like that. I'm going to just line this up on my board here, and I'm going to match up those lines there and there. That looks about right. You can draw a line and use your scissors. I'm just, like my craft knife, it's just quick and easy. Keep that piece of paper, we're going to use that. And we now have a nice square. And we are going to cut this in half. So I'm going to match up, can you see that? So we're going to match up this corner here to this corner here like that, and we're going to cut straight down in the middle, And now we have two perfectly matched triangles. All right, so we've got one like that, and I'm going to turn this one over, and yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. So we're going to have one like that, and we're going to have one like, I wanted that bit over there, I think. So I'm just playing around here and seeing what I want where. Right, so we're going to have two like that. Yeah. So I've got pink on the underside there and the blue on the underside there, just like that. Okay, so there we have it. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to measure in 4 inches from the edge here, or 10 centimeters. And I'm just going to make a little mark again on that side. And I'm going to do the same on the opposite side. So one's on the right and one's on the left. Okay, and do the same here. So 10 centimeters or 4 inches in. This is just a gauge. You don't have to, as long as you do the same amount on each side, it's fine. And it doesn't matter again what size your square is. It'll work for many sizes of papers, so that's fine. All right, so what I'm going to do then is just going to take the first piece. I have left my bone folder upstairs, but that doesn't matter, because I'm just going to use my craft knife. Use whatever you have, and I'm going to just match that up there. Craft knife's in, so I can score a line there on that side where I made the mark, and I can actually, that was on the wrong side, Angela, so we won't bend that one, but it doesn't matter anyway. We want it on this side. Yeah, like that. So score there like that. Let's just bend that over. Match it up with the baseline here, just to make sure it's straight. And then just flatten that like that. And then you want to take the mark you made on the opposite side and also score that line. Like that. And we'll just score that line over there and fold that over, matching it up to my base like that, and just folding that way. Okie dokes. So what we want to do now is from that one's going to go there. Yeah, so what I wanted to do is from the one where we folded over from the right to the left, I'm going to measure from that side, and I'm going to just make a little mark there like that. Turn it over, and I'm going to actually cut that bit off. Just make sure you've got it straight before you do that, that's all. So let's cut that bit off over there. There we go. Turn that around. Okay, so we've got a bit cut off. Keep that bit, and then that's going to fit nicely into there like that, and fold over. Then we can fold this bit over as well like that. Oops, just move that over a bit. There we go. And then this bit we can have on the pink side like that. Yeah, so there we go. There's everything that we're going to use for our little bits and pieces. I'm not going to stick that down right yet, or any of these down, because we're going to put some lace on here. So let's get on with that quickly, and I'll show you how I do that. All right, so let me grab hold of the lace. So I've got a whole bundle of lace here that I'm going to use. I thought I'd show you how I do the washi tape thing. So instead of instead of us using the washi lace, I'm going to show you how you can make your own washi lace, if I can find my double-sided tape here somewhere. Okay, so what I've got here is some 1/2" double-sided tape, and I've got my lace that I'm going to use to stick down on my project. So let's just grab it back over here. Okay, so we've got it all together nicely, and what we want to do is we want to start at the base. So what we're going to do is we are going to stick down the actual base. I'm just going to put some glue in a U shape, so when I can get this to work. Just going to run some along there, some along there, and some along there like that. And we're going to stick that down onto the bottom one like that. Okay, now let's make sure you've got that straight. Okay, don't go past that point, so in actual fact, otherwise you'll stick it to your table. Right, now you can fill the whole area up, or you can do what I've done and I use this as an additional secret pocket as well. We're not going to really put anything in there, but it's just a suggestion. I just need a sip of my water. All right, so we've got the base stuck down nicely now, so we can now start with putting on our lace. So what I'm going to do is I've got my double-sided tape. Now this piece is actually going to be stuck down here. We don't really need to go much beyond that point, just to save on your lace, because you're not going to see it. So if I bear that in mind, if I just hold my pen there, this is the point more or less where I need to start. And as you can see, I won't see it, but I just don't want any ruffly bits stuck out there. My glasses are fogging up now. I'm overheating here so much. Right, so now we just stick that down there like that, and we're going to run this up to the edge. So I'm just going to do 1 or 2 of these for you, and then you can see what I'm doing. So let's just turn this around, and then we're going to cut off the tape like that. So let's get all the tape on first. Now I did put some over here as well, so that's now at a nice angle, which is perfect. And again, you don't have to be perfect with this, because you're not going to see the bit underneath. So there we go. Let's run that to the top and chop it off. All right, so you're going to do that for all the surfaces except for this one and that one. So we're going to run tape on all of these surfaces. So I will let you see where I'm doing this, and then you will be able to, I'll do this in fast forward. So we have all the surfaces covered with our double-sided tape. So I hope you can see all of that. So let's start again with the top. We'll start over here, and you want to just pull off your tape, and take the lace that you're going to use. Now with this one, we need to just angle it a bit, just so that you get a nice flush finish. Sorry, like that. And then we are just going to fit that there close to the edge as we can, and we're going to just press that down, and then take a sharp pair of scissors and just cut that off like that. All right, so we're going to do that for everything that we have double-sided tape on for. All right, so you can see we have got all those areas done, and if you've got any little bits that need trimming, then you can easily do that. And if you wanted to stick any more glue underneath there because your tape isn't quite right, the right thickness or something, you can do that. It's not going to show. All right, so what I'm going to do is I want to start sticking some of these down so that I can actually stick the last triangle on. So I'm going to start from the inside again, and I'm just going to run some glue just on the base of that one, like that. Okay, and then we have to do the opposite side over here, like that. And that's that one. And then we do this side over here, and that's that one. Okay, so just make sure that this one sticks nice and flat there, so you've got a nice edge, which we'll trim at the end. Right, so now we've got this piece over here, and I'm wanting to have that like that over there. So I'm going to stick that down first, and then I will no, I think what I'll do is I will put some of the lace on first. So let's just do this quickly again. So we've got that sorted, and now that's all ready to go. So we're going to not glue on that side, we're going to glue on these two sides. Okay, and now we can just line that up really well, just like that. So there we've got our little pocket all ready to go. Now, if you find that you've got a little bit overrunning anywhere along the edge at the bottom there, you can always just trim that off. So if you're having a look there, my scissors are all tacky now. You know, you could just say, okay, well, I want to just trim that a bit down there, or there's just a little bit sticking out over there. You can do that. Okay, so, but there's the base of your little pocket now. So that's all ready to go. Okay, so let's get on with decorating it. Now this is really quick and easy. Just two things I'm going to show you how I did them. So the first is I'm going to show you how I made the little heart, which is really easy, and I'm sure you all know it by now. But what I've done is I've cut two heart shapes together. You don't have to use heart shapes, use circles, use whatever you have. It doesn't make any difference. I just have these die cuts, which I've had for an age and I hardly use, so I thought I'd make use of them. I've cut two die shapes out, put them back to back like that. And before I actually cut out the central heart shape, I put them together back to back so that the heart cut would be in the right place. All right, so that's what I've done there. Now I'm going to open them up and lie them alongside each other like this. And I'm going to stick down a piece of acetate. So you need 2 pieces of acetate here. And we are just going to take some glue and run it not too close to the frame like I did the other time. Right, so this is just a really rough piece of acetate that I've cut, but I know that it's going to cover everywhere. So there we go. I've got one on that side, and I've got another piece for the other side. So I'm going to stick some down there as well. Okay, and then I'm going to put that bit on there like that. Okay, so I just cut those pieces by hand. Just so that I knew it would cover the area. So they're not the neatest, but there we go. You're not going to see them. Then what I did was I took a butterfly, and I took 2, and I cut them. I measured them the same size, printed them out, cut them out, and I have joined these together and glued them and just inked around the edges. So I trimmed whatever was sticking over, and there I have my butterfly. Now what I'm going to do is, this is going to be one of these needs to be the underside. So I'm just deciding which one I like that one to be the top. So this one's going to be the base. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the glue and put some in the middle of the body. And I can do that because this is art glitter glue and it dries clear in big letters, so you're not going to see it. And then I'm going to, before I plonk it down here, place it carefully. We're going to just hold it in the middle there for a very little bit. This glue dries so quickly, if you use it you'll know. So there we go, that's just going to keep it centralized like that. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to run some more glue around here, and I'm going to take this closer to the edge this time. Not too close, but I want to be able to get this to stick nicely together. Okay, and I'm going to put some over here, being very mindful of not going too close to the edge, like that. And then I'm going to be going to place this on there, so I get that point right at the moment. And then that point right, and hopefully it marries up properly. Let's see. Yeah, and I've got a little bit that's oozed over there, but it will dry and you won't notice it. Gosh, and I was so careful. It never happens to me when I'm not filming, but just when I'm filming. Okay, so I'm not going to worry about it. It does dry clear. Okay, so we have married that up perfectly, and that's great. And then what we will do is we would need to make a little eyelet. So I'm just going to take my crocodile, and I'm looking over here, and I'm going to make a little hole just over there, and put in one of my little eyelets. Use a rose gold one. Okay, like that. Put that in here. Just like that. And that's that. And then all that remains to do is put some well, I had some twine, just normal twine really, and cut a piece off, just put it together like that, and thread it through. I'm going to make a little one of these. And then I just tied a little bow on the top of that, so it was just a piece of organza like this, and I just tied a little bow here. Okay, so we've got that one done, so that can just slip into the back over there. So that's the first thing. And now the last little bit was the actual little glassine envelope that I did, this little goodie in the front here. So I'm going to show you how I did that quickly. And what I did was I took a glassine envelope. Now I don't get a lot of glassine bags and things here, so I've got to just make do with what I have. So what I did was I just took an envelope that was given to me, like that, and I'm closing it up because I don't want it to be an envelope, like that. So there we go. And then what I did was I took my pinking shears. So all of you have got your pinking shears that we used to use before zigzag, and I just cut the envelope straight in half like that. All right, so I've got two little pouches now, look at that. So perfect for what we want. So what I did was I then went and took our piece that we had like that, and I just tore it in half like this, and I didn't want it to be exactly in half, but that's what I did there. And then I'm going to use that piece on there, and I'm also going to take a little bit of this fabric that I have, this Tana Lawn, I think it's called, and I'm going to stick that down over there. So let's do that quickly. Just get that little bit of glue on there. So we'll stick that down with a bit of 3-in-1 beacon. Here we go. I'm not worried about it because we're going to stick stuff on top of that. And then what I did with this was I've inked it a little bit, and I'm going to stick this over here. So I'm going to move it up more like that, so it's further up, and then I'm going to just fold that over. So just get that straight like that. Okay, and then that can stick down over here. So let's get that glued. Okay, so we've got that sorted, and then I just took a little bit of lace like that because I thought it was quite nice with the colors. And I'm going to just stick that down over there. No, a little bit lower, I think. A little bit lower. Just want a bit of that pink flower to stick out like that. Okay. Right, so we've got that all sorted like that. I quite like that. There we go. And then I just stuck on a little butterfly like that. And I had a little sentiment, and I've just chopped the end of the sentiment off. That's terrible. Not too bad. Okay, so we're going to stick that down. Oops, that's a bit. Just chop that down like that. And I'm going to stick that like that. We can just put on a little pearl. Okay, so there we've got our pocket all ready and done. And then what I did was, when I was making this, the actual heart that came out of that, I used and decorated this little bit up and put a little bit of sari silk as a ribbon in there. Let's just put some more glue over here because we don't want that to be a problem. Just make sure that that's adhering properly. All right, so then we're going to tuck that in the back there, and then somewhere over here, oh, here we go, I've just got a couple of little stamps and cards and things that I had, so I thought I would just tuck those in because they sort of went same kind of colors. So I'm just going to put in a couple of those over here like that, and then I'll put the little heart in the middle, and then we'll tuck that into the front over here. There we go. And we can arrange those how we want them. Right, and there's your other heart at the back there. You can pull that out a bit. And then the very last thing I did was make a tag like I did for the other one. And that's just with some scraps that I had, and some fussy cuts and a butterfly. And again, some script. This is a French script that I just had. It's an original document. And then that just tucks into the back pocket like that. So there we've got our little pocket. And here's the one I made earlier. So that just tucks in here as well. There we go. So there's our little pockets. All right, so I hope you've enjoyed making those, and they weren't too long to make either, really pretty quick. I think they would look lovely in your journals with your little bits and bobs and the various things. You could stick all sorts into these little pocket bags here in the front. Really enjoyed making these, and they were a lot of fun, and you could use all sorts of scraps to make these as well. So I think it would be a great addition to the journals. All right, everybody, thank you so much for sharing time with me again today. Really appreciate it. Thanks for all the messages and all the lovely wishes and things. Don't forget about the subscriber challenge I have, and I'll put the link in the bottom for that. So just check that out if you haven't subscribed. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love you to make somebody's day and send them off a surprise. Doesn't have to be very much at all. So don't be put off by that. If you're not sure, if you don't have a person, email me and I will help you with that. I do have a list of people that have offered to give me their addresses, and they are partaking in the challenge themselves. So don't be afraid about that. All right, so thank you everybody so much. I look forward to seeing you all in the very next video. Until next time, and hopefully cooler weather for us all. Goodbye.